isn't expected to be sidelined for too long.
It's been hanging around for probably 2 weeks, I think, and got a little bit sore for him on the weekend, and he just wants to get that right because it's affecting his performance. So, no, hopefully it'll just be 1 week. At worst, I would say probably 2 weeks.
Well, just the one change for the Crows ahead of their match against Fremantle, with Ricky Henderson in for the injured Sam Kerridge. Head of football, David Noble, says Brodie Smith needs more time to recover from concussion.
Concussion one is still an area that, we're continuing to evolve and understand, better each year. And in Brodie's case, there's just absolutely no point in putting him back out there.
To tennis, and South Aussie Thanasi Kokonakis has produced a stirring come-from-behind win to beat fellow Aussie Bernard Tomic in 5 sets. He saved 3 match points and came from 2 sets down to win in 5 sets. And Alberto Contador has stretched his lead to beyond 5 minutes at the Giro d'Italia overnight, with just 3 stages remaining. And that's the 5AA Sport.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Be floored by Urban, the beauty of natural timber made better. Visit buyurban.com.au.
Partly cloudy with a possible shower and a top of 16. Tomorrow a shower or 2, 16. Sunday a shower or 2, 16. Cloudy for Monday 14, then partly cloudy for Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday with temps in the mid-teens. Currently 10 degrees. More news as it happens on 5AA.
Pick up a Chrysler 300C luxury with leather interior, advanced safety technologies and 20-inch alloys for just $48,000 drive away. This is 5AA Breakfast.
6:36. Pimbo has his say at 10 to 7. Should we build a permanent place for the homeless in the parklands?
It's time now to jump over the ditch, though, to talk to our good friend Selwyn Manning, who is the editor of EveningReport.nz. Selwyn, good morning, mate, and thank you for your time. Australia and New Zealand have got a long and proud relationship. Obviously, this is the centennial year of the Gallipoli landings. We've worked together in a military sense as the closest of allies for a long time. And now the Australian embassy in Baghdad, war-torn Baghdad, is opening up its doors to New Zealand diplomats. Tell us about that.
Yeah, how this come about, Dave, is New Zealand's Foreign Affairs Minister Murray McCully yesterday confirmed that New Zealand soldiers in Iraq, they need diplomatic support and assistance in dealing with the Iraqi government. He went on to basically detail how the relations between New Zealand, its diplomats and the soldiers, and also the Iraqi government needed to be addressed. Now, what that's all about, Dave, is the soldiers were sent into this war zone without the rules of engagement being really sorted out. Basically, the questions remain open. Can they use lethal force in Iraq soil? They are able to defend themselves, but can they operate as soldiers in a war zone? And those questions were not sorted out before they were sent over there. The legalities on this were not cemented in stone, if you like, relating to their deployment. Now, back home in New Zealand, the government has been challenged over its decision to deploy its defence training group under those conditions to Taji base, which is clearly located between the front line of ISIS forces and Baghdad, Dave.
How's it playing out in terms of public opinion in New Zealand, mate? Because you guys have always been, we've probably run your own race a little bit more in terms of, war and your involvement with ANZUS. There's been times where things like that frigates deal about 15 years ago, New Zealand has taken a more independent line. Are people being critical of the government for getting so strongly behind the war in Iraq?
Well put together on that one, and I think you're absolutely accurate. Look, the sentiment here in New Zealand is right down the line. It's 50-50, basically, and all the polling that's gone on, both from the government side and also, the public polling that has been put into place, 50-50. Now, what the concerns are ratcheted up when there are issues like I just displayed there relating to the terms of engagement. They're what every soldier needs, like you would know, when they go into a war zone. I understand the Australians had that, you guys had that sorted out, but certainly our government's performance on this was ham-fisted at best, Dave.
Hey, I love this one, Selwyn. We've heard of, talking horses and dogs that can count, but New Zealand's got some sheep that can spell.
Yeah, it's really a cool story, this. It's by the Fairfax news site called Stuff, Jane. Now, what's happened here is a sheep farmer down in the North Canterbury region, they've been suffering quite a hard drought that has been lingering on. To vent his frustration, each day he scatters the sheep feed the pallets around the paddocks on his hillside of his farm. Cars are driving past, and what they can see is that when the sheep mooch up to eat on all of this, the feed, it spells out spells out words and things, and he's been putting a message out there. It started off where he put out the sheep spelled out the word bugger. That was apparently in reference to the drought lingering on. Yeah. On another occasion, it was in the shape of a kiwi. He must have been feeling very proud of his country that day. On other days, the sheep have spelt out the names of Mike Bowler, the farmer, of his grandchildren, which is pretty cool. And yesterday, Thursday, the sheep, they spelt out a message which was "Good luck, JC." And what that was all about, James, big issue over here on the side of the ditch, it was farewell to television's champion of the underdog, a broadcaster called John Campbell, who has the program Campbell Live, and that's been ditched after over a decade by TV3, despite solid ratings and the best brand of advocacy journalism in the country. So it was a nice touch by those farmers that have obviously been supported by that program in the past.
And look, Selwyn, you did send through some photos to us, and when I saw them, I just cracked up. They're so good, and we'll put those photos on the FiveAA website so that our listeners can, because it just really spells out the story very well.
It does. It's a wonderful one.
Good on you, Selwyn. Selwyn Manning, the editor of EveningReport.nz. Great little website.
Yeah, let's head across to police media now and have a chat to Senior Constable Kimberly